Alright, good morning everyone. Yes, welcome back to Scott Traders Hub. It's another beautiful day. It's a Friday, our last day of the month, and it also happens to be our last day of the week. Yeah, it's a Friday. It's a perfect last weekend, last day of analysis throughout the week, and of course the last day of the month. So here we are, ready to get into the charts, and saying good morning to you everyone, and welcome back to Scott Traders. If it is your first time here, please go ahead and subscribe. If it is of course if you're always here, go ahead and give us that like, hit that like button or the thumbs up button, and then we get started. All right, so as usual, we start with a prayer and then get into the analysis later. So let's pray and get started. Our fathers, thank you for today. Thank you for this morning. Thank you that we are even back here on this very channel, on this very analysis session. We're ready to do what we always do every other day, Lord. We are saying thank you for the grace to do this every day. We are saying thank you for your goodness upon our lives as we get into these charts, as we always get into these charts, and of course as we always get into the markets to look for this profit, to make this money, Lord. Thank you for today's market setups. Thank you for today's profits that we're about to make today. Thank you for everything that you're about to do in our lives today. We say thank you for your goodness. Thank you for your provision of wisdom, of knowledge, of the market insights, Lord. Thank you. We give you praise. We give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, so that is it. Let's now head over to Crush 500. Please, you always know the drill. Let's now head over to Crush 500. If you don't mind, go ahead and share the link to as many people as you can. Let's now do this. Let's now do this. Crush 500. All right, so we saw this crash. I'm actually still in it. Those who are on VIP, I gave you this signal. We made that money, and of course we first took our profits right here. Let me see. Yes, we first took our profits right here yesterday, and then that was our first TP. Then it pulled back. Then again, you can see the next pullback gave us this kind of beautiful move. Right now I want to move out. Yeah, I want to move out. Why do I have to move out? Because of this, because of that's where price has now decided to react from. And of course, looking at H1, we clearly see the price is now oversold, meaning we can no longer be in this market because we are not so much of swingers but much of intraday traders. So now I decide to delete that. All this has already helped us to achieve what we achieved yesterday. So remove history. There was a good trade there, and now going to H4, we clearly see that we are facing some pullback according to H4, meaning we are looking at something like this according to H4, and of course that will be a perfect buy on H1. We're looking for something like that, and then we get a confirmation of this sell according to H4, because if price breaks this will be our change of character according to H4. So we need this kind of a move on the H4 time frame. So are we going to see one? I believe we may see it. So all we need to do is to wait for some buys on M15, confirmation of these buys on M15. Yeah, confirmation of these buys on M15. M15 is actually, we have already confirmed it. Why don't we enter? Why do I say we've already confirmed it? This is our change of character right here, right there. That is our change of character on M15 right there. Now if I'm to enter here, that means I have to put my stop loss down below here. If I'm to enter here, this might be a big, this might be a big stop loss, but sometimes it does come back, sometimes it does not. So what would you do here? What I can advise to do is just make an entry. Let's see, a new H4 is about to start. So let's see, a new H4 is about to start. When the new H4 starts, it may first give us a wick down below, or it continues with the buys, because that is likely to close as a rejection candle. As you can see, there's that rejection coming in on that H4. So we can decide to enter now, or we wait for H4 to start and see if it is going to first give us a wick, which will be like a pullback, So after this candle closes, it can be a pullback either around there, and then it gives us an entry for us to make this buy money. So what am I saying? I'm saying is let's wait. I was about to enter here, but since a new H4 is about to start, I may as well wait for a pullback, which may happen to give us a week of the new H4 candle. So I'm gonna be patient. Boom 1000. Let's now head over to boom 1000. Boom 1000. So boom 1000, let's see. Okay, so this is where sometimes I get furious of not coming back to charts to check what is happening. So this was a boom 1000 move yesterday. Those who remember, we were looking for a pullback to this level, and then we come in with buys. I remember sharing this with the VIP signals, and I told them I'm waiting for this move price to react back to this level, then we enter buys. Yeah, I'm going to later share it. I'm going to share this after and before. This is after. Let me actually save this as a. So this was after. The before one was when price was around there, before it came to this other level where we got our perfect entry. This was supposed to be an entry that I missed. I don't know why I did not use limit orders, but yeah, I missed that. This was good money, good fast money. This was quick fast money that we missed to make. I don't know if you guys on VIP were able to make this money. All right, nevertheless, it happened and it followed our analysis. So now we choose to remove all this. Let's go to M30. Let's look at that. All right, M30 is overbought. I mean, MH1 is not yet overbought, but those who remember yesterday's move, I told you we're likely to see something like that, then a pullback, then we enter buys perfectly. So currently we are seeing a pullback, and it's according to M15 and M30 clearly. So what does that mean? That is going to mean us using Fib retracement tool to understand where price is likely to reverse back to. So according to Fib on H1, this is the ideal move right about there. Price is likely to come around this area, and then it gives us more buys. So I'm looking to buy around this level. That is what I'm going to be looking for today. So once price comes around this level, I believe by M30 it will be coming to probably this level, or according to M15 it will actually be coming almost to oversold level. So we needed to come to this conference area. We needed to come to that conference area, or to this fair value gap that market left down below. Market left down here. Yeah. So for now, it's a no-go for me. According to H4, however, we still need buys, same as H1, same as daily time frame. So there's nothing like looking for sales. It's gonna be buys. The general trend is gonna be a buy. General trend is already a buy, I believe. So it's confirmed on sort of H4 yet. Yeah, it is confirmed actually on H4. It is a clear confirmation on H4. We may start buys on the next H4, so be ready, because this H4 hasn't closed yet. It's remaining with about 9 minutes to close. So whatever happens, we have to be patient with this current H4 to close, and then we can anticipate what is going to happen on the next H4. All right, I think that's it. Let's now head over to another asset. So for now, my anticipation is price to come around there, hopefully, or until H4 closes, and then we can come in with buys. Either way, we know that buys are coming in today. I'm not going to sell because the sell has already moved. It did not do any pullback to give us an entry, so either way we could not have entered this. All we need is to make our buys, our buy entries from such a level or such a level right here, where we have this confluence area, right there. These are our two buy areas. Enough of this. Let's now head over to Boom 500. Now Boom 500 Boom 500, we made money. Those who, oh, wait a minute, did I share this signal? I don't think I shared the signal to VIP, but yeah, there's money. There's a sniper entry. There's a sniper entry of this buy. Those who remember this analysis, we were supposed to buy from here and then sell from there. I believe I sold from there to get this profit right here, and then it's time to play games around here. But before all this, I want to remind you this. I want to try and remind you what we were contemplating about yesterday. Let's go to H1. So those who remember, this was sort of something to do with round. You know, it can either be a cup and handle or a round bottom. But from what we are seeing, I told you, those who remember, I told you it is likely to be a cup and handle. What does that mean? It means this will be a cup, and now this will be the handle right here that it was doing. And if this is the case, then that tells us that now it is the right time to actually do what? it is the right time to actually get in with buys, because this will signify that the handle is done. The creation of a handle is done. So this ends up becoming a cup and handle. And how do we trade a cup and handle? We now have to wait for, sometimes we wait for a confirmation when it breaks here, but we know the target. The target is this. You have to target this very height from the bottom of the cup to the top of the cup, right there, this round thing, and then your target becomes there. That becomes our target right there. Right there, that's where we want, that's where we know price is going to go to after this. So now I choose to say I'm confirming this to be a cup and handle. I choose to say I'm confirming this to be a cup and handle, and I will be looking for entries anytime from now. Let's see how are we going to enter this. I think we will have to use H1. Yes, we are going to use H1. We are going to use H1. So apparently it is not yet ready, so it means it's gonna sell again anytime from now. It's going to give us another sell entry, probably on this new H4. So it's gonna sell again, and then probably from there we will be getting in with our buys that will push even further above. So for now I wait. But I want to also remind you that we are not market makers, we are market followers. So in a case scenario that price decides to break this low or this support here, then you know that you've got to follow that and continue sales. But down below here there's another support, so meaning your TP will be here, not exceeding there for that moment until it breaks this support also, and then you make more entries to the downtrend. That's it for now. So apparently I have to wait for this new H4 to start, but according to M5 I see that sales are likely to come in anytime from now to push sales again down below for this very cap. But once the price breaks this handle, that will be your perfect entry for this move to push all the way up to that trend, up to that TP level that we've just marked up there. Alright, so enough of boom 500. It's a no-go for us now, but there's a sell momentum coming anytime from now, as soon as H4 closes. V25S. Volatility 25S is one of those that actually worked just like we planned. Yeah, it did not. It almost reached the level that we wanted. So according to that, sometimes it's not a straight line. Those who remember, I remember telling you that. So you can see where it reacted. So that was our move. Those who remember yesterday, those who were around yesterday, I talked about this pullback and then buy. But I never entered this. I was already focusing on other trades, but this was a perfect trade for those who trade V25S. This would have been a good perfect trade. First TP hit right there, second TP hit, third TP, but it did not reach our all-time TP that we needed, overall TP rather. So what do we do now? So now that we all this happened, I choose to delete these. It served us. Now above there we saw a change of character according to M15. I want to delete this, I want to delete this, delete that, delete this. Let's make this chart a bit cleaner. Let's go do this. Let's see what is this here. Okay, it's not necessary. We have a breakout. Is it a break of structure? Not really, according to H4. So we don't have a break of structure. Neither do we have a break of structure even on the daily time frame. This is now starting to be weird and crazy actually. Let's go to what? So we are likely not to see price reach all the way there according to the rejection we are getting from sellers. So apparently today has started as a good perfect sell, and price is below a 10 MA on H4, which is a good thing. A new H4 has just started, and to be sincere, I don't see a way out without selling now. I see sells. In fact, I see them now. I see them happening now. I don't think we have to wait. The problem is that our stop loss is going to be big. But if we go to price action and smart money, this is a change of character. Pull back there to confirm, and then we decide to see lower lows, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. There it's trying to look for a new lower low right here. The issue is on this very level we have that OB, so it's sort of acting like a support area right there. That's the problem. So are we going to break it? I believe it has already broken it any time from now. Let's wait for this candle to close and see if it is actually going to break it. If it does break it, then I might as well enter buys, sells. If this current M15 candle breaks and closes out, why would we wait to make an entry? I think we will also be making that entry. Yeah, if price breaks this level right here on M15 and this candle closes below it, then I can also enter sells. All right, I think that's it on V25S. Let's now head over to, it's not enough though. It's not enough. It's not enough. Something is. So we also have a resistance up here, right up there. Price failed to, kept on going there, failing to break that. There's a resistance and there's also a support right here. So whatever happens in between here, we know that we're already in a downtrend, so price will eventually get enough momentum to break this support and then continue with sells. But I can only and only hopefully wait for the breakout, then I enter, or I enter when price reacts all the way back there and I make sell entries. So that's what I may actually wait for. Good morning, Judy. I see you. All right, so now that's enough. I think now we can be in the clear and know what to anticipate and to wait for. V75. Volatility 75. Let's see. So yesterday it played games actually. This right here played games, and as it played games, I never broke even. I did not break even right here when it was in profits, because this was my entry here, because I was waiting for price to reaching this level so that I can enter this. What was that level? That was an H1 or B. So I was waiting for that. So when it did, we made entries. I think I did not share this on I did not share this on VIP. So I myself, I made an entry and I was in profits, but later somehow it reacted to that. And then pulled back. As it pulled back, it came and hit my stop loss. My stop loss was all the way down below here. This other, I think it is an H4, it's an H1 support still. So it came to this support level, and that's where my stop loss was. And look at what happened. Took me out, played games around there on the same level where it took me out, and boom, early morning today it started to buy again. And look at that change of character right there. One may say even that is a triple bottom, but what matters is that was a reversal signal and confirmation of that signal, of that reversal, and now the buys came through. Now, as we all see, price now has returned to that resistance according to M15, where price was rejected yesterday. It has now come back to that same level. So what are we seeing currently? What can we do around here? I want to delete this. It's not necessary anymore. This is, so we can stay with those two. So we have a resistance here, we have a support area down below here. What are we going to see? Are we going to just see price break this resistance like that? Remember, this is the third time price reaching that level. First time, second time, try to come again down, try it up again, it has failed again. So what are we going to see? According to H1, price has reached retracement level. Yep. Remember, according to H1, we also have that as a resistance. We also have this as a support, meaning this is also another channel that we know that we are going to be facing. We are actually facing. Price is playing within here. We know price wants to reach there, but there's that resistance in between there that is holding price to reach there. So how are we going to overtake this obstacle? All right, so according to M15, it should be breaking it. According to M5 though, there's a pullback. So what are we going to do? I'm thinking we are likely to follow what M5 is showing us. There's likely to be a pullback. There's likely to be a pullback, but to where? That is a good question that we need to answer. Sometimes I do this and use my fib, and then I realize that actually it did not mitigate such a level. So if we go to M30, go M15, that will be another level for a conference area that price has to react back to. So I believe price is likely to come to that level. Yeah, such a level is going to be crucial for this kind of a move, and then break out strongly, come out with a breakout move to break this resistance up there. So that is what I'm going to anticipate. I may not enter sales, but I may actually patiently wait for buys, because that's what we need. That's what we need. Good morning, Desmond. Welcome. So I will be waiting for this on V75 pullback. I may not enter the sell, but for scalpers you may have a way out on M5 to make this sell come through, but I'm going to wait. Actually I'm going to wait for the buys around such a level and then make an entry. But also, if at all these guys get enough momentum and they break this level, then I may as well enter immediately the buys and look for this short buy to reach that trend line up there. Yeah, so those are our two options: to wait for the breakout here and enter immediately, or to wait for the pullback. When it's done, then make an entry. So wait, and let's wait and see what is gonna happen around this area. Let's wait and see what is going to happen on this area here. All right, let's now head over to Jump 50. So Jump 50, let's see. Yeah, the market happened. The buy happened, even though we did not see the pullback. I told you if I don't see the pullback, then I will have no business with this asset. So it actually continued without a pullback. So yeah, it first hit that TP level. That was our first TP. That was our second. What is this here? That is a fair value gap according to H4. Yeah, which should be confirming our sales. And looking at what we have on CCI, this can confirm to you what we have now, meaning sales are starting right away. So I believe this is now evident. I don't think it may go all the way up there again, but no, you never know. Let's see H1. I think H1 may actually push price up, but we have to wait. We have to wait and see. According to daily, of course, we need sales, and prices is below a 10 MA according to daily time frame. Right there, you can see that. We are sort of seeing some rejection coming in from buyers, but we have to wait. A new H4 has just started, so you can see it is actually strong. It is a strong H4 for candle that it has just started. We have to wait and see. Price has failed to break that level, so I may have to enter price when price breaks this level right here. I may have to enter sales immediately when price breaks that level. That will be a perfect confirmation for me to make this sell. So a move to there may not happen, but we are not market makers, so anything is possible in these markets. So now we don't need these. I want to delete everything that we no longer need, and this fair value gap has already been mitigated, so we can also delete it. So yeah, what is this line here? Okay, that was a breakout structure according to weekly, so we can delete it. Come back to daily time frame. What is this? We don't need it. We don't need this. Yeah, we don't need this too. We have the support, we have that. All right, so go to H4. Now the chart is a bit clean, and we need sales. So all we are doing is we are waiting for price to break this, and then we come in with our sales. But remember, according to H4, price came to this support, reacted to that support, but If we are using price action, then this is our change of character according to H4. This becomes our change of character according to H4, right about there, which means this move was just coming here to grab liquidity and confirm the reversal signal, and then usher us into a sell trend, which can likely bring us all the way to this OB, which can easily break this support right here and push us all the way into sells. Another scenario, I want to remind you, another scenario according to daily time frame, this is it right there. That is a scenario. This is seen as, you know, a descending triangle right here. This can be seen as a descending triangle. Descending triangles, when they are on a resistance, sometimes we anticipate sells immediately, but they are always continuation. They can be both reversal and continuation signals. So understanding this could be very confusing. In a scenario like this, it is very confusing. Why? It is not in the middle of the structure. It is actually found at the very top. It is actually found at the very top, which can be very confusing for us. But according to weekly, we may actually as well follow this move. According to weekly, we may actually as well follow this move. Looking at yesterday's candle, that was a good perfect buy day, which can as well show you the momentum of buyers. That is a good momentum of buyers, which can literally tell you that anything is possible. Buyers can still overtake sellers and push for the breakout right here to bring us right there before we can start to sell. Now that is option number 2. So for the higher time frame, this is what is this is what is likely to happen. This move right there to give us that kind of a buy and reach there, and then we can sell later. According to weekly time frame and daily time frame, whatever. But then on the lower time frame, we have a scenario like this, and on H4 actually a scenario like this, where we have our change of character here, and we have our, one may say, our lower low, then a lower high here. But this can as well become a fake change of character if price fails to give us this kind of move. So that's where the confusion lies. So that's the reason why I'm saying, for me to make any entries for the sales, I have to wait for price to break this level on H1. If price breaks this level, then I enter with sales. But looking at CCI, you clearly see that H1 has been looking for buys, meaning it's not yet even oversold, meaning buyers are still having the say according to H1, which will in turn match with what we are seeing according to this chart pattern. All right, that is enough confusion. I hope you've understood what I'm saying. So this is an asset that you don't have to focus on today. You may focus it on until when it breaks this level, but until then, don't dare try to, you know, make quick money around here, because you may not like it. That's it on J50. Let's now jump to J25. Oh yes, Felix, I see you. Welcome back. What had happened? You've been lost for so long. Welcome back. J25. So J25, right. Okay. So it happened just like we analyzed. just like we analyzed. But wait a minute, so yesterday we wanted price to come here and then it gives us an entry. It did not likely give us the entry where we wanted. It actually came all the way back down to this OB, but I had marked that one on M15, so it came to that M15 OB, and that's where the buy move started from. So we don't need these. Let's first clear this. Let's first clear all these. So that buy move happened and it has hit the TP level. That was our TP level, so that we can start to sell. So the TP level has been hit. So let's go to H4, H1 I mean. Let's delete all this. We don't need that. We need this sell. What is this other? We wanted sells from there according to weekly. So the cells are on. Actually, according to weekly, this cell already is on, so I can delete it. So let's go to daily time frame. Daily is not yet overbought. So what does that mean? Let's go to H4. H4, is it ready to sell? According to CCI, we should be selling, but price action says different. Why do I say price action says different? This is a break of structure, or one can say change of character. This is sort of like a double bottom right here according to H4. So you can see even price is above our 10 MA. That tells us that our price is still bullish. So you cannot afford to look for sales now. It will be a trick. It will be a trick to take your money. On the other hand though, we were waiting for price to mitigate that OB. Why? Because that's where we saw this sell momentum start from, and this was our first change of character to give us sells, and then confirmation there and gave us that OB that pushed price all the way down below here to give us this kind of a momentum of sellers. So now price has reacted back to that OB. That's where we are hoping to get into sells, but according to what we have here, we sort of got another change of character to push us for buys. So it's quite weird. It's very weird for us to do anything now. I want to delete that. This can be there. The sell that we need may not happen right here. It may actually happen from there. So now that I know this, I want to delete this and I want to go to M15. M15 says sells, H1 however says buys. So what is this game that we are playing here? Let's understand it. So the game is very simple. The game is going to be very simple. So it's gonna be like this. Price is gonna come around here according to M30 and the M15, grab this liquidity probably on this very level, and then we come in with buys, and then these buys are going to actually take us all the way there where we already wanted to make our sell entries according to, I think, daily time frame. Yeah, according to daily time frame. So once we have that, and then that means we'll be in clear for the downtrend that we already need. So I think this is viable analysis that we can wait upon to see if it will come around. So something like that, that's something that I can work with, that I can wait for. So apparently no business here. I may not enter this sell. I may actually wait for the buy. Why would I wait for the buy? The buyers are the ones that are sort of currently having the momentum, looking at this previous move right there. So sellers, however, they are, they are very slow. That sell is very slow. It may even take half of this day or the whole day to come to this level. But once we reach there, going to that level, going to that move to reach that level, it may not take even 2 days. Yeah, so we need to understand that. Alright guys, apologies on that. My internet has been acting around for these about 5 minutes. Yeah, apologies. I don't know if when it started, but yeah, from what I've seen, I've been off for like almost 10 minutes, I think. Yeah, apologies on that. Hopefully you got what I talked about on V20 on jump 10. Yeah, so jump 10, let's conclude this. I was saying it's quite confusing. The sale is seen to be on, but also buyers can still take it. You have to understand this. It is quite confusing. Okay, from H1 point of view, buyers seem to be trying to push it, but from H4 and daily time frame, we should be looking for sales. So that's where our confidence is in, on daily and H4 time frame. But if we look at a lower time frame like H1, then sellers have the say. Buyers have the say. So you need to know that and make sure that you don't be played by this game of H1 and M15. But apparently on M15, one can say that is a change of character, which can be a good thing on M15 to actually confirm what we are already seeing on H4 and daily time frame. So now I'm going to be patiently waiting for sales. I'm going to be patiently waiting for sales. Yeah. All right, so that's it on J10. Let's conclude with gold, and we call it a day. Now gold, yesterday we made money. I gave you a signal for those who are on our channel. Yeah, I gave you the signal. This was the entry right there. When price reacted all the way back to this trend line, we got our perfect entry right there, and of course it went all the way to hit our TP. That was our first TP level there. Yeah, actually that was our second TP. This was our first TP right here. This was our first TP right there. So it went for the second TP and we moved out. So congrats to those that took the signal, or congrats to those that followed the analysis and made this money. Now we have no business here. Let's delete all this. Let's now try to look at today. So according to, remember this is gold. So according to yesterday, we had this as our change of character. Remember that. And then price reacted to it, and then the buys came through, hit our target right there, and then reversal started. A reverse or a pullback started. And now clearly on H1 one can see this right about there. Price reacted to that OB, meaning it's a resistance on M15, and still price is trying to find a way to break this level, to break this high. So price is looking for ways to break that level right there according to M15. According to H1 I mean, we are overbought, meaning sales want to bring another pullback. Is it going to be according to H4? Let's look at that. Let's go to H4. According to H4, apologies guys, I don't know why, but this internet today, I just going to call the provider and see what is not happening, because now this is a mess. It has happened in between the sessions, so apologies. But yeah, I was talking about boom 1000, that now we have to wait for this. We can now enter this buy, but then our stop loss will be down below here. Also, you can have your limit order right here, just in case if it tries to come all the way here to mitigate this fair value gap. But nevertheless, it has reacted to this level that we had already, you know, shown there, and now we can wait for buys. You can have your buy here and have your TP right about there. That will be your TP level. But of course, for intraday traders, you can still take your TP right here. That will be enough for the day, I believe, if you have according to your account size. Yeah, that can be a good TP level for you. All right, so a buy has, we've locked in with our buys. Yep, we've locked in with our buys, and I'll be entering more other entries later, but the buy has been locked in right there. With crash 500, I told you it had already left us, so for now we leave it until it gives us a pullback. And then this one here, boom 500, I told you it's likely to come again down below here, and then it gives us a perfect entry for the buys. Why? Because it's now creating a handle. So if you missed this analysis, you have to go back to this episode and re-watch the whole episode to understand this, why we said what we said. A V25S on the other hand, it has broken out, and I believe that was a perfect entry to enter, because it has decided to break that support level, and now it will continue. Now it will continue and come all the way to this other support, which is on H1. So we know that is coming right here. So can you enter? I believe if you want to, you can, but I'm not going to enter. It's gonna be a short trade. It's gonna come here, it's gonna come here, and probably from there we can get in with the buys that we need to reach the other level, to reach that TP level. So let's wait and see what will happen around here. V75, there are two options: price to react back here or to break that and continue with buys. So apparently the buyers are taking charge and pushing to break that level. Once it breaks it, then you have an entry to continue buying that, which I may not do because it will be a short trade, but also if it happened to do this, then I can enter on these other two levels. So for now, it's a no-go for me. I cannot until any of these three options happens, of which this option has already happened right here. I don't know if it will repeat it, but it never did happen on this level, so it may actually come either here or break that and continue. Jump 50 is likely to give us sales, but there's a but. That but can only be answered on the higher time frame, looking at this kind of move, the buys to give us more buys to reach right about there, and then we come in with sales. So the sell is evident on lower time frame, but on higher time frame there are buys. On actually lower time frame there are buys, on higher time frame there are sells according to H4. But on when you get a bigger picture of this, then you realize that it can as well give you this move to reach there. So you need to understand that and be patient. Wait, this is a no-go. This is a market, an asset that I cannot trade now, having seen this confusion that is happening. J25, I can only trade it. Yes, this is a change of character, but also I was anticipating this pullback here, then we can enter buys. But if it gives us any other pullback, then you have an entry. But for now, I am not ready to make any entries where it is not ready, so I may have to wait for the pullback right about here. That would be perfect for anyone to make the buys move. Then later you look for the sell. Yeah, J10, the sell is continuing steadily. Yeah, but it is also confusing a bit. But when you look on H4, we should be in the sell. Yeah, looking at what happened yesterday, how it broke that channel and then started to sell, and then pull back there, failing to go back inside the channel, and now giving us this current H4 as a good momentum sell candle is evident. So all we need is sales to continue, but then I cannot tell you to enter now if you had not entered, because the sell was here. I can only tell you to wait probably until price breaks this support level, then you can enter your sells. If you did not enter right there, then wait for the breakout on this support, and then you can make your sell entries. That is on J10. Then lastly is gold. Gold, I was saying there's likely to be a consolidation within here, then later a fake breakout, which will be like a manipulation move, then the actual move of the day to happen. But also I told you we are not market makers. This consolidation may happen throughout the day, and then the move happens on Monday. You never know. So just know that there's gonna be fast consolidation and then manipulation move, and then move to continue into the buys and break that higher high that we currently have. All right, so that's it for today. Hope you guys had a great time. Apologies for what happened with internet breaking, and I hope that by the time I come back it will be settled. Otherwise, I want to wish you guys a good day. We'll be back here with BTC analysis at 1:10 today, so we have about an hour to come back for that BTC analysis. See you guys. Bye bye for now. But also I want to remind you that you only have about 2-3 days for you to grab this offer or to share it with your loved ones, because I had mistakenly wrote a wrong date. Instead of 3rd, I had put 6th. So apologies on that. Yeah. Otherwise, have a wonderful day. Happy trading. Happy weekend. See you Monday for this usual analysis, but we'll be back here for the BTC analysis at 10 minutes past 1. Bye bye.